Hello and welcome back Sojana to Kurakani sessions with me, Imchal and Upama.
Hi, welcome back.
Ani आज चाहिँ since we've been talking about gods and goddesses.
Yes. I want to do the song. Can we do the song? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mama, 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 ba. Ba 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 ma 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 ma. Okay, yeah, that's it. I guess everybody, if any of you recall this tune, it is from the very famous 90s. I think it was 90s when the Moomin in the Moomin Valley was broadcasted, right? In the Nepali TVs and every other TVs around the world, I guess.
यत्रो intro दिनु आटेको त गीत गाइदिएर
I mean, you have to. If you're going to talk about Moomin, people are going to vibe. And there's such beautiful, Lofi Moomin ko yesto tune ko pani on Spotify. There's so many, yesto gareko cha ke. It's really, really, really nice.
Right. So, आज चाहिँ, we're talking about Moomin.
Yes.
Specifically, the origins of Moomin.
Yes.
And take it away, Upama.
Let's take it away. Okay. So basically, I'd like to ask you, did you watch Moomin Nepali TV ma sano hudaheri?
Not particularly, khasai हेरेन.
But you, aliali चाहिँ हेर्यो?
Nepal TV ma आएर हुन्थ्यो, but then I would change the channel to something else.
Why did you not like Moomin?
Because we had satellite television on Cartoon Network.
Oh,
so,
But that is true. Cartoon Network is like a channel where lots of different, cartoon or आउँथ्यो नि त, हैन?
Given the choice between Moomin and Johnny Bravo, it's Johnny Bravo all the way.
Really? But again, Johnny Bravo compared to how Johnny Bravo ko yo script haru compared to Moomin, it's so different ni. हैन? But anyway, so me and my sister growing up, my sister even more so than me, she loved Moomin, I think it was this fact that it was broadcasted in the Nepal TV rather than the cartoon ma aउने खालको TV. That's what made it different.
Okay.
किनकि त्यो नेपाल टिभीमा अरु मीना कार्टुनको बाहेक अरु मुमिन मात्रै आउँथ्यो, त्यस्तो खासै अरु आउँदैन नि थियो.
Tom and Jerry
आउँथ्यो.
Looney Tunes, I think as well. Ani upani ke bhancha? Popeye, I do remember it being Nepali dubbed, which is the funniest thing in the whole world. Nepali dub Popeye हेरेको छैन भने है.
I mean, you haven't lived your childhood.
Oh. Actually, you have to see it, okay?
Yeah.
Bluto, tiमीलाई पिटौँ.
I wonder who's the voice character, voice actor.
I don't know.
Right?
Who's the one guy that does all of the voices? There's the one guy. It doesn't give it to anybody else.
Yeah.
My God.
But anyway, so let's begin with how me and my sister, we thought that Moomin was नेपाल टिभीमा आएको भएको कारणले अब बच्चा दिमागमा नेपालमै बनाएको कार्टुन, इट्स अ नेपाली कार्टुन जस्तो के हुन्छ नि, नेपालबाट ओरिजिनेट भएको कार्टुन भनेर चाहिँ थाहा हुन्थ्यो. बट एनिवेज अरू कार्टुनहरू पनि मुमिनको चाहिँ
हामीले त कसैले सोचेन नेपालमा ओरिजिनेट भएको भनेर. टप ह्याट लाउँदै स्केयरक्रो जस्तो के अरे फेरिटेल बुकमा हेरेको स्केयरक्रो जस्तो लागेर लुगा हिँडिरहेछ. घर पनि शानदार छ भाइ. नेपाली हाल्नु त्यस्तो गर्थ्यो भने जस्तो. But
you guys are very smart, I think, as a child then, or you were just older.
What do you mean older?
you were just older to even ask these questions. No, that does not look like the forest that we would have in Nepali nature,
Oh, it's more like.
हामी त हेर्थ्यौँ मात्र नेपाली बोलिरहेछ हुन्छ नि कहाँबाट you'd link that नेपालमा बनाएको कार्टुन or whatever, त्यसरी सोच थियो. तर पछि गएर, of course you grow older, and then I went on to pursue my studies in Europe. So that's where I realized. So that's where I realized that oh my God, Moomin is so huge here. A city, that country that I went to. I was like, what movies? I see Moomin merch everywhere. Moomin shops and in the airport, and it's such a big Moomin whatnot, tote bags, hair clips, bed sheets, curtains and everything. Kottu चाहिँ मैले देखेको छैन. I don't know.
I would wear a Moomin kottu.
That's so cute though. Oh my God, TM. Moomin kottus, right?
TM?
No, I trademark that.
Oh, TMI put the too much info. Sorry.
As a TM. Do you want to explain to our viewers why himself is choosing to put on a mask even if it is so hot outside?
Because mal bimari cha. Ani satnu man lagena.
What bimari do you have?
Khoki.
I haven't heard you cough.
That's because ma steam garchu ke. Right, what were we talking
So
about?
the merch, so there's like crazy merch. So नेपालमा त्यस्तो खासै merchandise t-shirtहरुमा प्रिन्टहरु भएको त्यो मुभमेन्ट चाहिँ हुँदैन थियो के त्यतिखेर. And then पछि गएर I realized that oh my god, Moomin is actually originated from or in Finland.
Finland.
Yeah. So fun fact about Moomin is the writer who wrote Moomin, you know, she wrote it after post or during around the time when World War II was ending. Finland was affected with like this World War II like repercussions as a country. Ani as a form of escapism.
Right.
So ulle चाहिँ because her world was so like full of like how do you say, like war ma kasto huncha haina, that she's like I want to because she was an artist and illustrator herself, ani ulle चाहिँ एउटा escapism ko रूपमा ठिकै छ the world around me छैन भनेपछि राम्रो रमाइलो अलिकति peaceful छैन म आफ्नो peaceful world आफै बनाउँछु भनेर it's a series of children's book, right? So the very first book which is called I have the Moomin and the Great Flood. This is a children's book. I know त्यसमा चाहिँ
Did Moomin get two of every animal? Build an ark? No?
So Moomin and the Great Flood ma चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने Moomin and Moomin mom, Moomin ama, they go in search for their dad who gets lost, in this great flood, in this like forest. So basically, it's all the storyline of Moomin is about like adventure, but also the sense of having community and friends at the same time. The sense of getting this like safety, and the way that the tone of this entire Moomin series, then which got broadcasted, around the world in Nepal context, मलाई personally say Moomin there's just a certain sense of like, oh, like wow, like oh so sweet, like kushi, like it's a child innocence type. Okay.
I always thought it was like something about like the fairy tale ko banako jasto ke. मैले चाहिँ त्यसरी सोच्थेँ like something like Snow White or something. त्यस्तो खालके like series ma banako jasto भनेर. Because it fits that storybook aesthetic ni. Kind of like watercolor type. That's एकदम बाठा भएको. Thank you.
अनि
त्यो मलाई आको भन्नु मुभीको बारे.
अनि so the author, so the name of the author who wrote the Moomin is Tove Jansson. She was a finlandssvensk, she's a Swedish Finn.
चार पाँचवटा शब्द भने है भर्खरै.
The name of the author is Tove Jansson. We can put a picture of her here as well.
Somewhere. Arts कि art हैन, but it's gonna be here.
Art छ हाम्रो फेस काटे पनि हुन्छ. Do you know the?
No.
This is completely out of the context, but do you know the Swedish singer Tove? No?
No.
Okay. Anyways, it's a Swedish inspired name.
Where is Björk from?
Yeah, she also Swedish.
Okay.
Yeah, the tennis player, you mean?
No, Björk, the singer.
Oh no, I was talking about Björk. He was the Swedish tennis player. Yeah, Björk.
Is that a Viking name?
Yes, Swedish.
Is it Bjorn the Boneless or is it Ivar the Boneless?
What does a boneless human even look like?
I don't know. I guess he had polio or something, so it's called the Boneless.
Sorry.
No, Viking ko okay. It's one of the sons of Ragnar. Swedish one is Viking.
Okay, yeah.
V is for Viking.
V is for Viking. Also for TV. Also for TV. Last time we did TV.
V is supposed to be peace. I know the khase.
Yeah, it's
okay. This is good. So
she was born and brought up in Helsinki. Ani World War II ko belama she used to also do political cartoons त्यतिखेर. Ani drawing, sketching was like a part of her like hobby हुन्छ नि. Ani पछि So basically, a few of these Moomin characters, Moomin Mama, Moomin Papa, Ama, Bua, and then there's this character called Tu Tiki. We can also put a picture of her, the one that wears a striped t-shirt. So these characters are, so the Moomin Mama reflects the characteristics of her own mom and her own dad. Moomin Papa, her own dad. Ani Tu Tiki, usko life partner. So she, for that time and age, this is around 1945, wasn't going to end, so like 1930-ish. Then Finland was also a very, she was queer. I know, and she was very openly a queer, which was not very accepted in the category society ma, Finnish society ma. Ani tar tei pani, she was a very rebellious kind. Ani Tu Tiki is actually based on her partner, Tuulikki. Her name is Tuulikki. Ani, if you look at, and please go back and watch, obviously, Moomin, and if you've ever visited Finland or if you plan to go visit Finland, Moomin ma चाहिँ the
नेपालीमा नाम के थियो उनीहरुको
Tu Tiki-को चाहिँ मलाई थाहा छैन किनकि she was this character was then shown पछिको episodeमा मात्रै
okay.
तर I do have a few names here.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
Hammer time. This has been bothering me.
Wait, is it?
It's a lice. I don't. It's a lice. You know, it's just going to the floor there. I think you need to do it outside.
I think so.
Okay, what's up? What the hell was that?
Because I feel hot.
Hi, कस्तो गर्मी. Oof. कस्तो गर्मी भयो.
So Tove was a queer. She's an awesome lady. Helsinki has this entire exhibition actually dedicated to the Moomin, the origination, those early sketching and it's a lot of fun. And there's so much merch, right? Okay. I love the merch. I should have actually gotten you some.
I got to the side. What? I got to the side.
So Moomin ko, why it really took off later was that it's like adventure, friends or go about with friends, you know, and the different characters also show different emotions, you know. We have the Moomin troll. So yeah, a very fun fact is Moomin, I thought it was a jalgaida, a hippopotamus, but it is not a hippopotamus. Or am I the only one who thought it was a hippopotamus?
Oh, I thought it was a hippopotamus too.
Yeah, no, it's not. It is not a hippopotamus. Yeah.
Or a rhino without the thing.
Without the
unicorn one, right?
Yeah, but it is not a rhino. It is actually a troll. अनि किन troll भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब हाम्रो चाहिँ troll भन्दाखेरि अहिले नेपालमा troll भन्ने चीज, what is a synonymous to troll that we call in Nepali? छैन, we don't have dwarves, we don't have trolls like यताको.
Well, online trolls is
online troll that came like way later. तर trolls are, if you look at Moomin Valley, you know, the entire thing is the entire Moomin book, and then later on the series is set in the Moomin Valley, right? Moomin Lakso once again.
Moomin भनेको के ठाउँको नाम हो?
The name of the troll is Moomin.
The Moomin Valley.
Ani the valley where the Moomins live.
Oh,
is the Moomin Valley. It's called Moomin Lakso.
Okay.
Yeah, where they have the cylindrical house.
So like the Smurfs.
The forest, like the Smurfs. Yeah, like the Smurfs. This is the Moomins. And then, so त्यो सबै भ्यालीहरू चाहिँ हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it very much like reflects what Finland's natural landscape is. होइन? त्यस्तो खालको, the kind of like, what are these even called? Like these pine trees, lots and lots of pine trees. Small hills, and lots of like lakes. So you will always see the Moomin also going on like an adventure on a boat, you know? So lots of like water bodies. And also like तिमीहरुलाई एपिसोड्सहरु हेरेको छ भने चाहिँ there is this episode about like the beautiful Nordic summer and how the summer has this like beautiful summer silence, you know. Ani so which character do you remember the most?
The Goida who is not apparently a Goida.
You mean Moomin?
The Goida or the a scarecrow who is not apparently a scarecrow.
You mean the scarecrow? The guy who wears green,
cool,
and then he's doing a basuri. He reflects wisdom and being wise and taking life very chill, very easily. You know, he's called Snufkin.
Snufkin.
Yeah, Snufkin. So also Moomin ko pachi later on he finds a girlfriend who he secretly, we all know her as Moomin's girlfriend, but it's kind of like implicitly there that he has a crush on her and they've got something going on. So cute. So her name in Finnish is called Niskuneiti. We'll have her picture over here as well.
Kinkunema?
Niskuneiti. And then in English she is called Snork Maiden. And नेपालीमा पनि हामीले स्नोर्क मेडन नै भनेर भन्छ. And speaking about characters, my sister's favorite character is Sanumaya. And she's like this very brutally honest innocence. You know, she's just so innocent. You know, she'll just blurt out whatever, you know, and there's that bravery, and she's also wearing that very strong color red. You know, she's got her hair tied up, and she's like ready for another adventure. She's running, you know, and it's so many different characters, so many different elements of our persona as human beings brought into play. To say that you can bring out all of this part of you, the inquisitive one, the curious one, the one Nitru, which is the sniff, you know, the dog with a really long snout, you know, he's like a little bit of a coward, but it's like, I'm gonna stick along too, you know. So all of these things reflect on like human emotions that Tove has brought out to say that, to give a little hope to the world, and especially to Finland that really required that after the World War completely like demolished their entire nation, you know. So Moomin really was that that little like spark of hope that people could go back to escape, you know, the realities of then. So that was what Moomin was. And then later Tove Jansson le चाहिँ लन्डनको एउटा न्युजपेपरमा comics column गरेको थियो कि, comic column गरेको थियो, and then they loved it from there. They loved it and they're like, oh, we need more, we want more, and that's when it picked up.
So did Moomin start as a comic strip?
Yeah, it started as a comic strip. अनि internationally
like Garfield.
Like Garfield, yeah. And internationally चाहिँ अनि पछि त्यो लन्डनको त्यसले गरेपछि चाहिँ then the Japanese people took it to like animate it and make it into a series. So it was animated in Japan. Ani so Tove Jansson चाहिँ as a woman, as a person, say she often says in like, and we're gonna link her biography as well.
Okay. Beautiful,
but I'm sorry, you can only find that in Finnish. Actually, I don't know if that's true. But if you can read Finnish like me, then you should. And if you're a big Moomin fan, it's so nice to pay that respect to the mind that channeled something so big, you know, that is perhaps like subtly touched, like it has touched my heart as a child, you know. Ani so after that took off in the London comic strip, but she's like, no, I don't like this fame.
Oh.
She's like, I don't like fame, I like freedom.
Okay.
So she's like, she literally went with her partner and then she went and lived in a secluded island far away from Helsinki in most of her life after that, where then it was just her and her partner in the summer cottage. There's this beautiful island. You can also still visit that.
Is something sad gonna happen soon?
Nothing sad.
I thought it was a
She just lived in this silence. Ani पछि lived in silence and त्यसपछि उले लेख्यो अनि most of the later parts of the Moomin children's book चाहिँ उसको उले illustrate गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ उसको island where she spend most of her life, हैन त्यसको छाटहरु आउँछ के त्यहाँ चाहिँ अनि so yeah, I feel like अहिले पनि it's a very nice cartoon बच्चाहरुलाई देखाउनको लागि हैन it's a very nice cartoon अनि Moomin हेर्दाखेरि अहिले पनि there's a very nice sense of like this community. Just मलाई चाहिँ personally लाग्छ कि त्यो कार्टुन हेर्दाखेरि it's a very soft काका soft खालको त्यो आउने जस्तो चाहिँ हो हैन अनि it's pretty big in Finland.
त्यही त.
Yeah, very big. It's a huge thing in Finland, and my fellow Finnish friends and my Nepali diaspora community who lives in Finland, they will tell you they probably have like tons and tons of like Moomin cups collections. And from back then when Tove Jansson was when it took a speed, gained popularity. So the ceramic company like print garna thale. So it became a collector's item. Like a mug would sell for like 30 to 35 to 60 euros. Like purano. You can actually resell it on a higher value as well. So there's this huge market for that too. And yeah, there is this amazing, beautiful, let's put a picture of here as well for anybody who didn't know. There is an amusement park called the Moomin
experience.
No, the Moomin Land.
Moomin Land.
Yeah, there's like an actual, it's amazing. So there's an actual, it's like 3 hours drive from Helsinki. They have it set up in like this very similar looking island, त्यस्तै खालको सानो सानो हिल्सहरू अनि a real Moomin house, the wooden house, cylindrical house. त्यस्तो ठुलो छैन, सानो छ. अनि पछि everything like Moomin ice cream, Moomin chocolate, like it's a lot of fun. अनि picnic गर्न मिल्छ, you can take your own food and like you can do your picnic. अनि पछि Moomin charactersहरू हुन्छ नि, त्यो लगाएर आइराखेको हुन्छ. अनि रमाइलो हुन्छ त्यहाँ चाहिँ एकदमै.
Sounds रमाइलो.
I really need to come.
लानु पायो भने त like म पो खोकिरहेछु भन्ने सोचेको त.
So hot.
ठिकै छ, मैले मास्क लगाइरहेछु. गर्मी हुआ?
बहुत गर्मी हुआ.
ठन्डा पानी खाला.
Oh, that's because of the ice water you gave me.
It's all my fault apparently. चिसो पानी मगाएकोले. So why are we talking about Moomin or Moomin's origin?
Because I guess people need to know, like if they ever wondered that, like, oh my God, like I wonder where this Moomin house would really be located on Earth, then that would be Finland.
Moomin.
Then that would be Finland, and it's so different, like the culture, the environment compared to Nepal. Especially the Nordic summer ko barema Moomin ma pani त्यो देखाएको छ summer ma, but like that sunset and with on the water, that's exactly how people live there on like a secluded island, So त्यताबाट आएर पनि कस्तो प्रख्यात भएर पनि नेपालमा आएर कतिजनालाई हाम्रो जेनेरेसनको कतिजनालाई त्यो I guess in a way हामीले हेरेको कार्टुन भएको कारणले I guess.
Right.
So we're going to end the segment by singing the song. And that's it. If you liked the song that I just sang or the hymn that I just sang, thank you so much for appreciating my beautiful voice. Please go click on this link above, and go watch Moomin and go relive that innocent childhood, while, the Moomin days,
Moomin days.
The Moomin days.
Right. TV.
And thank you so much for tuning in one more time. And then I guess we should ask our viewers to drop in the comment box what they would like for us to talk about next.
Thank you, and we'll see you the next time.
Dal Bhat.
What?
Dal Bhat.
Oh.
TV. Bye.
All right, bye. See you the next time.